incriminating revelations against the Amrapali Group. Now, the court-appointed auditor has told the Supreme Court that flats were booked on sums as low as ₹1 per square foot in the name of over 500 people. The audit further found that 23 companies were floated in the name of office boys, peons and drivers, which acted as fronts to divert home buyers' money. Well, 655 people have been issued notices under whose name the Benami flats are booked. The Amrapali Group had come under the scanner after home buyers filed a petition to get possession of the 42,000 flats from the group. My colleague Kavita joining me on the phone line. Kavita, from the face of it, this looks like a huge financial fraud. Can you explain to us the modus operandi? To what level and extent is this an economic offence?
Right. In fact, it does look like a fraud at various levels, like you just put it. Now this is what the audit report, which is placed before the court yesterday, in fact, essentially says. To begin with, they are in fact talking of money that was taken from home buyers. It all began when the court wanted to figure out where did the money that was taken from the home buyers actually go. Now, during the course of investigations, what the auditors found was that flats was booked on sums of as low as ₹1 per square foot, ₹5 per square foot, ₹11 per square foot. And all of this was done in the name of over 500 people. Now, 23 companies had been also floated by the company in the name of office boys, peons and drivers, and all of these firms were part of the entire Amrapali consortium. So essentially, these were made funds. This is what is being said, that allegedly these were made funds to divert home buyers' money into these 23 companies. Now, like you just pointed out, they have, of course, issued notices to around 655 people on whose names these Benami flats were booked. The auditors, in fact, tried to locate these people. No one was found in at least 122 locations.
Right. So there were bookings made under fictitious names, there were shell companies floated, and there has been a widespread misappropriation of funds, as Kavita Krishnan reporting on the latest on the Amrapali Home Buyers Case. Thanks very much for joining us. Do stay on with us, Kavita. More news coming in. The Chief Financial Officer of Amrapali Group, Chandir Wadhwa, was also pulled up by the court and warned of contempt when auditors revealed that he had transferred ₹4.75 crore to unidentified people just days before he deposed before the court last year. The court also demanded clarity on JP Morgan Real Estate Fund's investment of ₹85 crore in the Amrapali Zodiac in the year 2010. Auditors alleged that the shares worth ₹85 crore were then sold back by the fund to Amrapali's sister companies, in fact. Auditors alleged that this deal violated the law. JP Morgan Counsel, on the other hand, have given a week to file a reply. Kavita, can you explain to us, after the fraud was to a certain extent revealed by the auditors, what action has been taken? Because I believe that the CFO of the Amrapali Group has been caught on the wrong foot, to say the least.
Yeah, the CFO, in fact, has been caught on the wrong foot, and he has been warned of, pending consent action, because to quote what the bench said, the bench actually told him, "You're putting a spoke in the wheels of justice. You knew that questions will be asked by the court, and hence you transferred the money." Now, remember, he made these money transfers a few days before the court hearing, and that is why these money transfers are suspect. In fact, the court has asked him to return that entire tranche of money back in 7 days. Now, the other thing, of course, is the involvement of the JP Morgan Real Estate Fund. Now, we did see there have been a lot of real estate funds that have been investing in projects, making project-specific investments or company-specific investments. Now, over here, what happened was JP Morgan Real Estate Fund allegedly invested 85 crore in one of Amrapali's project, which is Amrapali Zodiac. Now, these are typically investments for a specific period of time, after which the investment company exits, in the sense, sells off its investment to another company or another entity. Now, in this case, according to the audit report, what happened was the shares that were bought by JP Morgan Real Estate Fund were allegedly sold to sister companies of Amrapali itself. So the money, in fact, came back, was rerouted back into the same company, which is the Amrapali Group, which is why the forensic auditors pointed out that the deal per se is in violation of the law. Of course, JP Morgan has been asked to file a reply, and they have been given 7 days to do so. But just to put the entire thing in context, all of this becomes extremely important. Also because of the fact that you have around 46,000 home buyers whose lifetime savings, whose flats, all of which are hanging in balance. In fact, just this Sunday, they reportedly protested outside the builder's corporate office because there are projects that are pending, projects that have not been completed, projects that have not been handed over, that they cannot register because also of the legal battle that is going on.
Right.
Now, the court, of course, has taken into consideration the travails of the home buyers, and they've done two things. One is, of course, tried to ask forensic auditors to examine the money trail as to where the money is going. They've also, in fact, asked to see if these buyers could be allowed to register the flats and probably be given completion certificates so they can move in, at least in projects where the flats are complete. Of course, we'll keep an eye on all of this as it pans out. The next hearing, I believe, is on the 24th of January.
Right. There's been a serious violation of the law, subversion of legal provisions in this case. Kavita, thanks very much for updating us.